Well, hello everybody and welcome back to The Hobby Musician. Now in today's episode, I wanted to show you guys yet another way that we can find things to do to gear to make it more flexible for us. Now, if you happen to be in a situation where maybe you're starting out and you're beginning to build your first pedal board and you walk into the guitar store, you walk up to the display case and you see all of the pedals that are out there. Now, you might have a pretty good idea of the types of pedals you're looking for, but if you've ever been in a situation like I have, quite often you just may not have the resources to buy everything you need all at once. So you might have to prioritize. Which pedals do you get first and which pedals do you wait on? That's what I want to do in today's episode. And as you saw from the description or the title of the video, I'm talking about delay and reverb today. Now, the ones that we're going to be using are just happen to be from TC Electronics. They're not a sponsor, they just are the pedals that I have. And one of the things that I want to make clear right off the bat, this video is not a demonstration. I don't have any intention of showing you all of the features of these pedals. Secondly, this is not a review. I'm not going to talk about the things I like about this pedal or the things I don't like about this pedal. This video is truly an instructional video. It's aimed at this one point. If you have to prioritize, if you truly are on such a tight budget that you have to choose one of these two types of pedals to buy first, which one should you go with? So with that in mind, let's talk a little bit more about the types of these effects and what they actually do. So a delay pedal or a reverb pedal actually really do have some similarities. What they do, the style of the effect they create, are both determined by the sound of a space. Now, I'm certainly not the one that's coined that phrase. I've seen that used in a lot of videos for a long time. But the idea is completely solid. A reverb effect simply takes your instrument and makes it sound like it's in a space. Sometimes a huge space, sometimes a small space, but it adds the sound of an environment to your guitar signal. Now, interestingly enough, when you talk about delays, a lot of people will say, well, no, delays just listen to your notes, what you play, and then repeat it, and then repeat it, and repeat it. And while that's true, I would simply point out that is also a natural phenomenon, that echoes are created by, you guessed it, certain aspects of space. When you're in certain environments, you can create an echo. You know, if you're in a big cavern or a valley out there and you yell, you know, hello, hello, hello. Those echoes, those reverberations can cause you to hear your sound again, or can just cause you to hear the sound of a space. Now, it's that connection that is going to allow us to use one of these types of pedals to temporarily simulate the other thing. So right now we're going to switch over and I want to run you through some examples of how you can kind of make one of these pedals mimic the function of another pedal, so that if you really do have to choose one to buy first, now you know which one to prioritize and which one that you should save up your money and buy second. So here we go. Okay, so we're set up for this example, and after some troubleshooting, it took me a little while to get things set up this way, so as you can probably tell from the change of clothes. But as we start this example, I want to just make it very clear, I do not at all intend to try to convince anyone that all you ever need is one or the other of these pedals. No, absolutely, you all need each a reverb and a delay pedal. They do function and they serve different purposes. All I want to show you in this example is if you do have to prioritize and get one before the other, I want to show you ways that you can actually set up a delay pedal to sort of temporarily function like a reverb pedal. So let's get to it. The way that this is set up, the guitar is running into the two pedals that you can see right into a dead clean amp. So without anything, this is just both pedals off, just with the amp. So even with that, I mean, you can hear, I mean, it's just, as soon as you cut off the notes, I mean, there's nothing there. okay, well, what's the sense of a reverb? So if we just turn this on, I've got this set to just its Hall setting, just kind of a subtle reverb. Now, even when you cut off the notes, you can hear that sense of space like we were talking about at the top of the video. Now, when we switch over here, a normal delay, now I've got this set up to be a little pronounced. If I were to just play something choppy, just, you can hear that repeat. There's that echo that is very iconic, and that's what a delay is kind of expected to do. So, now, as it is, I don't want anyone to think, well, that sounds exactly like a reverb. It doesn't. Here's what we can do. I'm now going to change the settings. I'm going to bring the level of that delay down just a little bit. So I'm going to bring it down so that the mix, those repeated notes, now are just less pronounced. They're still there, but by altering and choosing to play a certain way and bringing that delay, that repeated level down, we're now going to start to be able to simulate kind of what a reverb does. So I'm going to put on the reverb and we'll just play just something kind of pretty and melodic, but not really choppy or rhythmic, and we'll see what that sounds like. So just something. So you can kind of hear that space in there. Now, if I play the same thing with this lower delay effects level, you kind of get that same sense of space. So again, with nothing, with the reverb, and then with the delay, with these reduced settings, you kind of get a similar effect. So again, there are some conditions that you have to play with and think about. You might have to adjust your playing style a little bit, but in a pinch, I hope that this kind of helps show that you can, in fact, get a delay pedal and cleverly set it up to temporarily function as a reverb pedal while still being able to go back, turn up those repeats, and go crazy with delay. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Well, all right, there you have it. You've seen how, by using some clever settings and some understanding of how these pedals function, you can actually cover some similar ground so that if you have to prioritize which pieces of gear you're buying first, hopefully that helps. And now you can kind of go down a list and start building up that pedal board and making your music. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, and as always, everybody, until next time, play on, my friends, play on.